Which means not that frequently, I suppose.
No, not that frequently.
And do you remember the trolley on Avenue C?
Sure. Trolley on Avenue C. I wasn't the only one, but we mischievously, I took a nail about so long and laid it on the track. When the trolley went over, we had a flat nail, and you thought that was fun. You know, another thing that we thought was fun, the Iceman, he brought ice. He had a horse and wagon, open flat wagon, and in each house that he had a customer, he had a square card, and there was a number like 15, 20, 25 on each side of the card, and the lady at the house would the size piece of ice that she wanted, she put that number on the top, and he'd see it in a window, and he'd know what size ice to bring up. Well, in the summertime, while he's bringing the ice upstairs, the kids would climb in the back of the wagon and grab little pieces of ice that chipped off, and we're sucking on ice. You know, that's about all the stealing I ever did.
Well, but back then, people didn't have supermarkets. There were a lot of A&Ps, if people tell me correctly. It was like an A&P on every corner?
No. There was a National Grocery, an Eagle Grocery, and an A&P. They were all stores. They weren't supermarkets.
Independents?
No, they were chains.
Okay.
They were chains, but they weren't supermarkets. You went in, and there was a manager and a helper, and you asked for what you want. Things were tough those years. You didn't buy too much at a time, so you asked for what you want. They take it off the shelf, and they wrap it in paper. I don't remember bags. They wrapped them in paper and tied them with a string. Other things. Eggs didn't come in cartons. You wanted half a dozen eggs, you put them in a bag, and you carried them carefully.
Loose.
Yeah. Butter come out of a tub. They cut a piece of butter out for you. Cream cheese was in a block. The cream cheese came in a wooden box. Today they're in the loaves come in a cardboard. They were in a wooden box, and if you knew your grocer well enough, you could get the empty wooden boxes from them, and you could make things out of them.
Now, was your family kosher observers? Would they go to they went to the kosher butcher too, right?
Oh yeah, there were lots of kosher butchers in Bayonne. Now there aren't any.
I don't think there is any.
No, not even in Hudson County.
Is that right?
We have to go out of town to get stuff.
But even then, you would always have the meat, whatever he would cut. You know, it was always it was like specialty. It was always made to order. Everything that was always made to order.
You told the butcher what you wanted. He took it out. There was no prepackaged meat. He cut it while you were. The women would go there usually for the weekend, for the Sabbath.
Okay.
So they go about Thursdays. Most of it, and they go there. It would be a social gathering because
didn't have phones.
It would be 5 or 6 women there, and my mother wouldn't get out of there for more than an hour. First of all, you had no place to go, but you didn't have television, you didn't have radio, you know.
When was the first recollection of you having a phone, even? Did Dad have a phone in the store?
Our originally phone was 84. Then it became 1384. Then it became FE9 1384.
Oh wow!
Then it become 339 1384. And now it's 201 339 1384. So it has developed over the years. How do I remember all of that?
Hold that thought for a second, if you can, Al, because we have a public service announcement about talk about things and events. The Teardrop and the Memorial Park down at the Peninsula Bayonne Harbor. Roll it, Juan. Tell us. You were talking earlier about the kids who would take typewriting in school.
Yeah. Well. The first what I realized not so long ago when I had a visit from one of my great-grandchildren. He's 10, and he's at my computer speed typing with 2 hands. And I recall that when I went to high school, only the commercial classes, kids that didn't have any intentions of going to college would take typing, because after all, what would you need typing in college for?
And who would have thought there was even computers or anything like that?
Of course, there were no computers. Typewriters, even electric typewriters weren't out.
When did you first think, and I don't know if it ever came to you, that Bayonne had too many cars? I mean, you were in an era where there were very few cars, I'm sure.
We used to sit out in the evening in front of the store with one light on, hoping for another customer come along. You could take in another few cents. You know, that was the times. And we sit out there. I had two brothers, and we'd play a game of naming the cars. There weren't that many cars. All the cars were black, by the way. There were no colored cars.
Any color you want, as long as it was black.
Yeah, that's it. All the cars were black, and we'd name them. We knew the years. That was a game we played, as far as cars are concerned.
And gas was probably 2 cents?
The side streets, most of the side streets were two-way.
Okay.
After cars, because there was only 3 or 4 cars on a block, so cars could pass each other easy enough. Then cars got to be wider and larger and more numerous. You had no room anymore. They made most of the streets one way.
Well, then you probably saw how Bayonne Broadway itself grew, and can you recall how many theaters there were at the time, like in the 20s?
Sure. There was the Embassy on 47th Street, the Lyceum on 38th Street, the DeWitt on 25th Street, and then there was the
Plaza was in
the
16th.
Plaza further down. I'm not sure.
Plaza
where.
was 16th. I think Strand was 24th or something like that.
No,
and then
it had to be
further down.
Those two had to be past the DeWitt.
Oh, I know. Going downtown, the Plaza was on 16th because I used to go to the Plaza with the triple features and the cartoons and
for the
nickel and matinees
and all of that.
And then you had the Victory on where ShopRite was.
I remember mothers would come into the theater to drag the kids out because they were going second time around.
Walk out sometimes with gum on your shoes. Would you ever have dreamt the technology that you see today?
No, and I know that although I thought that I knew pretty much about computers, just to see all these handheld things with numerous names and various uses, that's gotten beyond me already.
Well, look at your store. You expanded to all the rental equipment. Whoever thought that even have all these power saws, the chains, all the stuff that people go in.
The whole trick of doing business is to find unique things that you didn't have competition in. And then, of course, when that works for you, then other people take it up too. You know, that's how it goes.
I was surprised on one of my estates. I had to go rent a metal detector to go scout for money in the guy's backyard. Sure enough, there it was.
Yeah, we had. Yeah, I didn't even know we had it, but I saw it standing there the other day.
Yeah.